Hey people, Indrid here, welcome back to the Elite League show. This is Fedrid Folly, and on the blue side, we have Dark Riku playing an apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura, and up against, on the red side, Hans Moleman with a Farseer support hero that fights in melee combat, powerful buffs with some debuffs and control abilities too. Fedrid Folly, we have a natural VP on the west, natural on the north, pretty close together, all that good stuff. Contested in the southeast, Dark Riku with his good old apothecary, multiple monthly rumble tournament winner of course. I'm not sure how often he actually used the apothecary in those tournaments though. Can't see. I think he used the Lictor Alpha mostly and the Chaos Lord and stuff like that. All those overpowered fellas. Scouts and some more scouts. Howling Banshees on the field for Hans Moleman. They could be turned into absolute monsters by the Farseer's support abilities. She runs away from the cap. Bolt guns hurt apparently. Scouts lose that firefight, both in light cover. I guess that was inevitable. He just wanted to keep them there as long as he could before he lost the model. And more scouts coming through the center. Might try and flank in on this engagement over here. Howling Banshees on the prowl. Tactical Marines having to retreat off. Apothecary was there for the heal, but he didn't want to risk them getting knocked over by special attacks and that kind of thing. And Farseer uses her fleet to grab that decap on the VP. Here comes some scouts, surely some shotguns. Yep, you already have shotguns in these fellas. And rangers on the way for Hans Moleman. Those guys getting some nerfs in 2.8 of course. Their kinetic pulse not nearly as effective, doing 5 times less damage, down from 25 to 5. And also you don't get a reduced cooldown with the Pathfinder gear. They seem to be coming out quite often though still. So I guess that means it was a good nerf, right? Apothecary moving up, no war gear for this fella yet. Want to get those shotguns up for his first power purchase. You might see 2 of them. Big fan of double shotgun scout play myself. Can do some very nasty things, although it really opens up in a 3v3 because you can often have both your scouts in the same engagement in a 3v3. Chain that knockback, grenades, all that good stuff. Tactical Marines here, happy to force close combat on those Dire Avengers. They don't want to force close combat on his Howling Banshees though. Looks like they spotted them early. We'll need to keep moving here because Banshees are pretty quick on their feet. Nope, they're capping. I guess he couldn't see them from that far away. Gotta remember guys that the players don't have the vision that we have in this replay, since I'm using the vision of both the players, because I'm omnipotent like that. Tactical Marines should get away without a loss, I think. Dark Riku is usually very good, at least in a 3v3 against me, at having his Tactical Marines in the right place at the right time to bash your power, usually early on. You see them very slowly stroll towards your power, and all of a sudden they have Flamer. Banshees bashing over here. They're pretty good bashers. Aspect of strength is up. 1 generator is going to go down at least. Tactical Marines will take some shots at them, knowing that they can easily get back to the safety of their HQ, but Banshees getting a generator down and getting out of there. Good play from Hans. Get gens when you can. Rangers taking a shot, not getting a model off those scouts. I think they were in retreat. We see the Dire Avengers now with their aspect. Gives them fleet, plasma grenades, energy shields, and a big chunk of health. It's an amazing upgrade for these fellas. Their Exarch is back in tier 2, right? Is that correct? I should know these things. Tactical Marines on a cap. Or maybe not. There we go. That rec point had matured to plus 30, which is the maximum for requisition point income. That is per minute, by the way, that value. Higher in 1v1s. 3v3 rec points will only mature to plus 15. Banshees. Oh, they got one. Surprised that Riku keeps sending his Marines on this side by themselves, knowing that the Banshees are lurking here. You'd think the Apothecary would be backing them up, or maybe some shotgun scouts. Oh, here they are. And he's got some Assault Marines. Here we go. These guys can start bullying the Eldar. Well, the entire Eldar force, basically. Even Howling Banshees can't really stand up to them when there's an Apothecary there to support, especially with shotguns and stuff in the mix there. Yeah, big problem for Hans. He might want to kind of shy away from engagements rest of tier 1 here, you might see. We have 1 generator still up for Riku. Full gen farm for Hans Moleman. And more Dire Avengers is not going tier 2. 336 to 475 on the VP counter top of your screen. Customized Stormbolter up for the Apothecary. Can use that to disrupt, or rather stun, the Farseer. Or just stun the crap out of one of the Banshee models he really doesn't like. Hans Moleman smartly not engaging head on there with the Banshees. When he goes without saying you want to flank whenever you can, but Eldar excel at that kind of thing. Use fleet, dodge a bad engagement, flank into a good one. Might get a full power bash here. That generator is already being rebuilt though. Not sure why the Banshees were run off. He should have kept them coming in. There is the full auto locking down that Farseer. These days it doesn't also do a ridiculous amount of damage and knock you over. But still pretty damn effective, as you saw there. That was Guide put on the Banshee. She has her Armor of Fortune. You saw her use it on herself. Apothecary almost went down, had to get his heal off on himself, which is never ideal. He always wants to use it on one of his squads, get them into trouble, tank some damage, and get the heal off. Mostly Assault Squad. That's why they always initiate when they can. And it's hard to resist not putting damage on them when they jump on your stuff. But Apothecary just sits back healing and shooting you. Tactical Marines on a cap here. These guys capping 50% faster than normal because they were trained in capping points. Nobody else was, apparently, for the Space Marines. Banshee's getting in again. Hans Moleman's been pretty good at that. Riku gets away there though. He's only lost one model, I think, so far. Oh, Scout's dropping one there. One model of the Tactical Marines, I meant. Specifically. Farseer is still level 1. Apothecary also still level 1, but does have a bit more in terms of XP. Look at these Scouts doing some work here. Did they have their shotgun? They did. Did they have their grenade, I mean? They did, but they didn't have the energy to throw it. Well, I'm sure he would have there after the knockback from the shotgun blast. Banshees can decap. Nope. Farseer's going to do some decapping. Banshees are going to fleet back here since they're low on health. Doesn't want them to drop models while they cap here. Of course, a Farseer can't drop models. She is a single entity. Going to take some bolt gunfire to the face here, though, I think. Or maybe some bolt pistols and chainsaws, actually. Those are assault squads, fellas. Rangers being hell annoying with their Pathfinder gear. I think they don't suppress as quickly now as well. Don't do as much courage damage, which is the mechanic which gets you suppressed. When your courage reaches 0, you get suppressed. It starts at 100, I believe, by default. It used to be that Banshees had like 300 courage or something, but I believe that was changed. I can't remember now if it was changed in retail or that's an elite change. 308, 383, I could be completely wrong. And you can check on the dawnofwar.info codex, which is not completely up to date, I don't think, but you'll get the general idea about courage values and that kind of thing, since that's not really changed very often. Banshees with Fortune on the prowl. They didn't like that fight, and there's a good grenade. Could have been better, I guess. Didn't get a model. Threw it a bit too far. Scouts with their epically bad bolt guns trying their best to destroy this power node for the Emperor, but they're going to be persuaded to leave by the Shuriken Cannon, I think. Yep. Thought about tying it up in close combat, but decided against it, I think. Tactical Marines get some shots on Librarian on the way for Dark Priku. Sneaky Banshees setting up an assault with the kinetic pulse there, nicely done by Hans Moleman. Might get a model for his trouble. They just got their Exarch up, the Banshees, with that very scary looking spear. As you can see, it's a heavy melee weapon and will cut down Tactical Marines pretty quick. But they do get away. They do get away. Good usage, though, of the hollow fields from Hans Moleman. So Eldar are all about. Pouncing on you in an instant. Here's that Librarian then. Support sub-commander for Space Marines, but he can fight pretty damn well too, with some power melee damage from his Force Sword. He starts with Veil of Time these days and Smite. Apothecary have anything else? Where are you? Nope. Farseer with the Doombringer will help equalize those fights for the Banshees, since I still think, even with the Exarch, the Assault Squad now with Librarian support, Apothecary support, and that Sergeant are gonna... they're gonna be favourites to win that. Even with the Farseer doing her stuff, the heal is just so powerful. I'm not sure if she even has the energy to use Fortune and Guide and Doom all in the same fight. Doom on the Apothecary there. Banshee's lost a hell of a lot of health. Apothecary does get away. Assault Squad starting to bully. Getting stuck in. Doombringer does some decent damage though, doesn't it? So like 60 DPS, almost 60 DPS. And heavy infantry, which is what Assault Squad has, don't have any resistances to regular melee damage. Oh, they lost the model there as Assault fellas. Get 21 red for killing an Assault Marine. Crazy. You only get 50 for killing a hero, which I think is nuts. 30, sorry. It's 30 for a hero, that's right. It's 50 for like Dreadnoughts and Tyrant Guard and that kind of thing. Wish they'd increase that. If there was maybe a way to increase the red you get from heroes as they level up or something. Down goes that Scout Squad. Stern Guard veterans on the field. First company tactical marines that can change their ammo type to combat all targets. You'll see them using this Hellfire rounds loadout a lot here to fight the Eldar, since it does damage over time to light infantry and heroes. Handsome Man does have some Dark Reapers. These guys are heavy infantry, so the Kraken rounds would be better against those fellas. They in fact just won't take the damage over time from the Hellfire, which I'm guessing just makes them worse than default bolter rounds if you're not taking damage over time. There you see it, that green acidic corrosive stink on the Farseer. The Kraken rounds will actually do more raw DPS to the Farseer, but damage over time is pretty useful when the hero's sitting in cover or they're trying to retreat. 244, 287. Double cap here for Handsome Man with a Wraith Lord on the way, and that is not going to be easy to deal with. I mean, could get Melter Bomb and Vengeance rounds from the Stern Guard, and then a squad of Devastators up, supported by the Librarian. But there's a hell of a lot of other Eldar stuff to deal with. Not to mention these Dark Reapers here, doing Inferno PvP damage these days, which is basically just a lot against heavy infantry, super heavy infantry, and pretty decent against heroes too. Here we see the jump do it. There it is. Shurikens off the field, which might make Handsome Man pull out. No, Banshee's on the prowl with Farseer support that they could do some damage. They're going straight for the Apothecary in the back lines. Not sure if Riku's watching him, because he's macroing these Assault fellas. And there's the Wraith Lord to start swinging that crazy sword. Apothecary, does he get away? No, Banshee's got him. Sync kill there from the Exarch, I think. Yes, it was. 229 to 287. Assault Squad using their jump to escape and taking down the Rangers with the help of the Hellfire rounds, Stern Guard veterans. Now they need to be careful. Yeah, needed to instantly retreat there. Can they get away with that one loss? Look at the damage the Wraith Lord does per swing. Pretty crazy. Does less DPS than a Dreadnought, but per swing, since it attacks so slowly, massive chunks. Here's the Devastators with Las Cannon on the way, so that's his plan. Pretty sound one. There's the Melter Bomb. But having what it takes to counter something doesn't mean you can. Your opponent's not just going to let you do it. Shotgun blast into a grenade, maybe once he gets 60 energy back. Oh, they just pull back to the Shuriken, waits for the suppression, waits for the retreats, and I think that's too late for that grenade. Yeah, it's going to miss. 215, 287, Handsome Man with a double cap here. Razorback now on the way for Dark Recruit. Webway pops up there for Handsome Man. Just as a reminder, these are infiltrated to the enemy, though these scouts will be able to spot it with their sergeant, because he's trained in seeing stuff. The Farseer's Webway can infiltrate you, which is pretty handy. Each of the heroes' webway has its own ability. There's that Razorback. Las Cannon should at least get one shot off before it needs to run. Oh, he's put Veil of Time on the Assault Squad, not on the Devastators. There you see Fortune on the Wraith Lord. Don't see that very often. That massive Fortune effect. Devastators got inside the Razorback and now get outside of it. There's that Melter Bomb. Pinning fire from the Dark Creepers, was that? No, that was just a Shuriken suppressing the Librarian. Farseer barely gets away. Banshees also barely got away. Wraith Lord is now in trouble. Hans Moleman not happy. Last cannon shots go in and it's not going to get away. Stone Guard veterans have their Vengeance rounds and down it goes. 46 red. Apothecary with combat stims. I guess he put that on the Las Cannon Devastators, but I didn't actually see it. And improved medical equipment, always awesome to get. More energy is more good. He knows the webway's here. There we go. Librarian spotted it with his Psycho powers. And now he's smacking it down. Should get a fair chunk of XP for that, since he's delivering all of the damage to the webway. Let's see if it levels him. Surely it will. Banshee's here. In on the Assault Squad. They did have Doom on them. It didn't level him. Damn you, webway. Las Cannon bashing power now. Banshee's not happy. Can they get in? Node is down. This is dicey. Devastators only have a 20% melee resistance rather than the usual 40%. What looks like they have successfully fled. Another webway goes down. Dark Cricker has really turned this game around. Able to pull off the kill on the Wraith Lord, and it's turned this game on its head. 114 to 287. Needs to be careful about those VPs, but he's now got an army advantage and gets the power bash. Hans Moleman responds with Fire Dragons. Oh, the Shuriken went down at some point too. I guess in the engagement over here with the Wraith Lord. Level 2 Farseer now has the Runes of Reaping, more energy and all that good stuff. Does it give her, yeah, reduce the cooldown as well. Pretty damn useful when you have 4,000 buffs. Or 2. Fire Dragons. Those fusion guns chasing down the Razorback, but they're not going to chase it down successfully. Assault Squad very nearly level 3. Done so well. Riku's pretty damn good at using them, it turns out. He's had like 9 years of practice. Dreadnought hitting the field for Dark Riku. That's not good for Hans Moleman. Puts extra pressure on those Fire Dragons. More choices to make. More pressure on your micro. What is this? Fire Dragons capping. Another webway spotted. In the same place. And down it goes. Levels up the Apothecary to 3. He has now a more powerful heal. Level 2 Stern Guard. We've got still a level 1 Librarian. And level 3 Assault Squad. Up to very nearly 2,000 hit points on those fellas. That's pretty scary. Supported by an Apothecary. Hans Moleman is looking for power, is he? Well, he knows where it is. Looking to bash it, I mean. Nope, he was just looking for stuff. For heavily armoured superhumans. They're all over here, though, my friend. Dreadnought there in its default melee state will mince those Banshees. Fortune is not going to save them. Here's another Wraith Lord. Has he seen the Dreadnought? I'm not sure. Don't think so. But Eldar are sneaky. Not even the commentator knows what they're up to. As if I ever know what anyone's up to. Las Cannon getting a decap. 72 VPs for Dark Riku to hold on to. Looks like he's just going to sit on these 2 naturals over here. Not even worrying about defending his own power. He's got a massive roster of stuff. In fact, he couldn't even buy anything else if he wanted to. That's why he bashed Hans Moleman's power as soon as he could, because he knows, right, I'm going to sit over here now. I'm not going to probably have a chance to bash that power again. Wraith Lord will hit the field, but you've got to think it's Riku's game to lose right now, despite the VP disparity there. But Dawn of War 2 can turn around pretty damn quick. Pretty damn quick. Those Farseer buffs and debuffs can make such a big difference. But you've got to think full auto is going to be on her face pretty quickly. Librarian now has his staff. Force barrier, making the approach even more perilous for Hans Moman. Wraithlord is up. Goes for the Bright Lance. Giving it an anti-vehicle weapon that can fire on the move. Which means, I guess, if it gets a few shots in on a Dreadnought, it'll beat it 1v1. You would think. 72 to 223. Hans Moman confused by this map apparently. Oh, I think he's upset that Riku can so easily defend these two VPs up here, which I guess is a thing. But hey, each map has its quirks. Each map has its quirks. I quite like that. I don't like when they're all perfectly symmetrical arenas kind of thing. This is symmetrical though. But I guess this natural VP setup is not ideal in all situations. But it's the grim darkness of the far future. Deal with it. Bright Lance getting shots in. This is a Guardian weapon team Bright Lance, which does massive chunks. Well, not really massive chunks, but it fires really quickly. Does a lot of damage, is what I'm trying to say. Banshee's looking for the flank. Hans Moman is probing for a way to approach it. It could be in his mind that that Librarian has his staff. And all coming up one of those ramps could be suicide. Because they'll all be knocked over. Stern Guard will be shooting at them. Apothecary will be shooting at them. Dreadnought will just march forward and start turning Eldar into little bits of Eldar. 72 to 180. Banshee's persuaded to leave already. Lots of damage on the Apothecary though. Here comes the Dreadnought. Bright Lance is still in play but not set up, and there's nothing Hans Moman could do there. It's tough. Yep, what the hell do I do is what he's saying. I don't know. I don't know what you would do here. Yeah, it's so hard for him to approach up the ramps against Space Marines with a las cannon already set up. That is so tricky. I mean, you could get some more ranges up, maybe drop an Autarch in. Need something to disrupt the las cannon. And then, I guess, get on the Stern Guard, try to tie up the Apothecary with the Farseer maybe, as well as throwing out your buffs and your debuffs. It's not going to be easy. But he's not giving up. Still got that VP lead, has Hans Moman. Can the Space Marines hold this little raised platform here? Oh, looks like Riku's going to let him get a decap. Maybe not. Farseer did not like the look of that Dreadnought marching towards her. One other webway going up over here that could be useful for flanking shenanigans. Should surely try to put one over here or something. Really get some crazy flanking going. You do need to have vision on the area that you put the webway on. I'm sure Hans could fleet some Dire Avengers over there or something. Dark Reapers getting shots in unanswered against those scouts. Were they guided? They seem to have pretty damn good range there. I guess they just do have pretty good range. Here's the approach. Las Cannon able to get shots in. Slightly mistimed that there. If those Banshees and Fire Dragons were coming in a little bit sooner, they could have tied up the Las Cannon. But that's so hard to time perfectly. Wraithlord going after the Razorback. Las Cannon is surely going to go down, and does go down. Razorback goes down. This is a good opening to the fight by Hans Moman. The Wraithlord might be battered to death by the Dreadnought, but the Fire Dragons are helping. Where is the Bright Lance? It's trying to set up. Down goes the Dreadnought, down goes the Wraithlord. Crazy ending here. Triple cap though for Dark Riku. Autarch dropped in. Banshees. Oh, do they escape? Knocked over by the domino knockback of the Bright Lance weapon team, and they were finished off by the Assault Squad. Double cap now. Awesome last engagement there by Hans Moman. Really gave it a good go, but just doesn't have the time. Doesn't have the time, and he's not a fan of this map, I guess. Not a fan at all. Apothecary got to level 4. Riku coming back very strong with that engagement up here, taking down the Wraithlord and the Guardian weapon team, and bleeding a bunch of models off Hans Moman. It's a pretty cool shot of his customized Stormbolter. Not sure who customized it. Probably the Tech Marine. Farseer was down and level 2. And there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey people, Indrid here, back with some Elite League 1v1 action. This is good old Greentooth Gorge, and on the blue side we have Ye, plays a Hive Tyrant. He's a, well, look at him, just look at him. On the red side, kicking as a Force Commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Dark Angels I guess, but not the DLC. So pretty good DLC. Trying to blend into the map here with these sneaky green Tactical Marines. Hormagaunts for days for Ye. Triple Hormagaunts opening. How many shotguns can you get, fellas? Quickly. We do have double scouts. Hive Tyrant takes the central VP unopposed. Nobody dares to go and bother him. Scary Tyranid lady is loud. Capping up pretty well, spreading out the Hormagaunts, not scared to run into something, and Spore Mines on the field. Floating living grenade things. I'm sure they're pretty happy doing what they're doing for the Hive Mind. Hive Tyrant here, tying up Tactical Marines for days with 1050 hit points. Tanking the Force Commander, the Scouts, and the Tactical Marines here. And allowing all the other little Tyranid fellas to cap. We do have more Scouts over here. Looks like they got into some trouble and ran into the garrison. There's the Hive Tyrant retreat, finally. Did a lot of work. Spore Mines now coming in. These guys count as a, I can't remember if it's small or tiny, but tiny I believe. They're very hard to hit with ranged weapons. You're actually better off forcing close combat with these guys, especially with your hero, since a single entity isn't going to take much damage from these fellas. But look at the damage those Marines took. Wow. Hormagaunts have come in and clean him up here with their teeth. They're trying to. Force Commander is not paying attention or doesn't care. He could turn around and battle cry and knock him over, but he wants that VP, I guess. Marines are, I think, going to lose a model here. If they don't, they're very lucky boys. Very lucky boys. They did drop a model. 18 red for killing a Tactical Marine. Those fellas trying to eat a power node. 2-1 cap here for Ye. Kickin has to adapt, and adapt he does with Devastators. If they have a lot of Hormagaunts, suppress the bastards. Here they go, setting up with their heavy bolter, and there's a suppression spreading to both of the broods too. Those fellas now just trying to eat this building straight up. Should be able to just jump in those windows, I think. Bite the scouts' faces off. More Spore Mines, which are an anti-garrison unit for Tyranids. Not the best one ever, because they're so freaking slow to get to the front line. But they're scaring stuff around. Hive Tyrant stops fighting the Force Commander for some reason. A misclick maybe from Ye, turns around to have at it again. What am I missing? What's going on over here? Devastator's getting into the garrison. Tactical Marines taking shots at the Hormagaunts, who get away with 4 models. Devastators live. It's often a death sentence for stuff to get inside garrisons. Can be so dangerous. Spore Mines doing their thing again. Flamer Tactical Marines taking that damage over time. I suppose there is an initial damage as well on the detonation. And here we see it again. Yeah, big chunks when they explode. Wow. Since it was all evenly distributed, of course, the Tactical Marines did not drop a model, which is why Kickin was happy to keep them in that fight. If there was something else loitering around to finish off models, that would have been way more dangerous. Hive Tyrant getting a cap off his VP back, and Hormagaunts capping mid. Are we going to see triple Hormagaunts into tier 2 here? I was assuming we'd see some Warrior Brood up. But nope, tier 2 it is. The Hive Tyrant, by the way, can now drop, if you weren't up on the 2.8 changes, can now drop a Tyrant Guard at his HQ as his tier 2 call-in, which is pretty damn fun. I've never seen it used yet in replay. Or at least I haven't noticed it used. It could have totally been used. Devastators are not facing the right way. You need to swap windows, fellas. There we go. Maybe. Took their time. But they've done it. 440, 359. Should just toss the heavy bolter between them or something. Here we go. Scouts. Are they going to take this fight with the heavy bolter support? They could try and drag them back to take more damage here, which is what they're doing. They did drop a model though. Hormagaunts can be scary. There's freaking 8 of them. And when they have adrenal glands especially, they can kick some ass in tier 1. Here we go here. Causing problems for these tactical marines. Dragging them back to that heavy bolter. And they get away. Only losing 1 model though, and Ye is in tier 2 now. Now the Hive Tyrant calling, I believe, man, I think it's like 400 red, no, 300 rec, 200 red, 50 power, something like that. You don't save that much resources, but the fact that you can get it instantaneously at your base is seen as quite a big advantage. Warrior Brood on the way for Ye to provide some basic synapse when the Hive Tyrant is not around, and of course get them melee synapse going. Hive Tyrant happy to tank this bolter fire here. Oh, didn't finish the cap though. Did not finish the cap. Didn't think he had the health to do it, I guess. 378, 345. I thought he did. Hormagaunts have found a Force Commander, which is not a great fight for them to take. Even with his default weapon, using Battle Cry, he'll deal with them pretty well. Flamers doing their thing. These Hormagaunts can't really engage by themselves, but it looks like they're going to try. Oh, Warrior Brood here. They're not by themselves. Here we go. There's that passive leap into combat. It's so freaking good. And they are getting their adrenal glands, giving them more health, heavy melee damage, and the awesome melee synapse to beef up and super power up these Hormagaunts. Giving them a chunk more health and melee skill, I think. Yep, plus 10 melee skill, I think it is. It'll tell us here. Tooltips and stuff. There we go. 40% more health and plus 10 melee skill. Which, of course, is what makes Gene Stealers so crazy under melee synapse. Because they start with 80 melee skill at level 1. Get them in melee synapse, they've got 90. And all of a sudden, nothing can do special attacks on them. And they're doing special attacks on everything. And here's a Tyrant Guard. I bet he was called in. And we didn't even see. This guy's fun. Full melee build so far from Ye. I am loving it. Aside from the spawn mines, but hey, they have to get pretty close to explode. So I'll allow it. Hive Tyrant now getting improved synapse for even more health for his little Hormagaunt friends when they're close by. Within 32 range. Tyrant Guard chasing the Force Commander. Force Commander doesn't want to fight this guy with no weapon upgrades. No upgrades at all, actually, for this Force Commander. There's a big chunk of heavy melee damage this guy. Heavy bolter. Again, just setting up shop in this garrison. And start selling bolter shells or something, fellas. Here we go. Are they really going to take this fight with the heavy bolter support? Looks like they are. It's a mistake, I think. Looks like he's judged it okay. Yeah, he has to get away. They got pretty close to dropping a model there, though. The Tactical Marines. Hive Tyrant has found some poor little scouts. What are you going to do exactly? They just wanted to be Space Marines one day. And they flee. 305297. Dreadnought on the field for kicking. Pretty good way to fight a Tyrant Guard. Because this guy's got vehicle armor, the Tyrant Guard doesn't. So the amount of damage they take from the opposing heavy melee attacks differs greatly. Vehicle armor only takes 50% damage from heavy melee, whereas the super heavy infantry of the Tyrant Guard will take full damage. And a Dreadnought does more DPS to begin with. 2500 health is pretty good though. for Thunderhammer now up for the Force Commander, and this is Tactical Marines being dropped in, I suppose. Yep, there they are. Might see these guys transition straight into the Stone Guard veterans, maybe. Dreadnought doing its thing. Took a little bit of damage from the Tyrant Guard, who then charges away. Dreadnought giving chase. He's so determined to kill this thing for the Emperor. Get in there, my friend. Nope, turns around. We do have the heavy melee damage of the Warrior Brood, but of course this guy has melee resistance to Dreadnought. And will happily fight those warriors. Giving Walkers melee resistance, by the way, one of the best changes Elite Mod has done to Dawn of War 2. An awesome, awesome change. Makes them so much more viable and fun to use. Hormagaunts, they have that cap. Venom Brood on the field now. For Ye, he has abandoned his full melee ways. Understandable, there's a Dreadnought there. These guys will shoot it down pretty good. Hive Tyrant has his Crushing Claw now. 108 heavy melee DPS, the scariest melee weapon in the game for a hero in terms of raw damage output. And Warp Field is up. He could, of course, have gotten his Venom Cannon to shoot that Dreadnought down, but that wouldn't have been so useful against anything else. 291, 256. 1-to-1 cap. Hormagaunts happy to decap under fire. Kicking off in the mid. Iron Halo is up now for the Force Commander. Dreadnought not getting involved here. There we go. He's forgotten about him. Force Commander's going to go down if he's not careful. Special attack from the Tyrant Guard. And down he goes. Got a pretty good special, the Tyrant Guard. Good distance on it. A pretty quick animation. Although I believe it's quite a narrow area that it affects. But I do like that quick animation and that big knockback strength it seems to have. Capillary Tower goes up, giving bonuses to nearby Tyranids. Can also spawn Spore Mines and Rippers, I believe, so that's pretty useful. This drop pod being shot down. Dreadnought now charging up the west side. Nothing here, buddy. Oh, he's going to get repaired by the scouts, I think. It's going to take him a while. Lost more than half of his hit points. Tyrant Guard, they've got about the same amount of XP. Tyrant Guard, of course, can self-heal with his shield wall, because Tyranids can't repair anything, which kind of sucks when you're a Carnifex, but they do heal up pretty quickly at base. That Hive Tyrant is so scary now, even though he's still level 1. It's a scary loadout. He's already up to 1200 hit points at level 1. 291 to 209. Emperor's Fist just wiping out a whole bunch of Hormagaunts. Lost the indicator for the Force Commander now, unfortunately. Just a bug that happens in replays sometimes when the hero goes down. Tactical Marines with their Sergeant. Oh, and a Plasma Gun. Hasn't gone for Stern Guard. Gonna shoot those warriors down and the Tyrant Guard down with that Plasma Gun. Big chunks of damage to heavy and super heavy infantry. Devastators are out of their garrison finally. These fellas still have a Flamer. Have to get relatively close to use it, but it will do a chunk of damage, especially with the Kraken Rounds ability active. 291 to 186 to those Warrior Brood fellas. Thunderhammer's onto them. And a Yarpus ready to leave. Hive Tyrant's taking a lot of damage here. It's going to go down. Down he goes. Down he goes. Oh, I forgot. I didn't give the Hive Tyrant a Spanish name, did I? We'll call him Velasquez. Poor Velasquez is down. Dreadnought might finish off this Tyrant Guard here. Even if he goes into shield walls, the Dreadnought will smack it down still, I think, even with the healing. There's that shield wall. We'll protect it from the plasma guns. Well, a bunch of the plasma guns damage, but it's still going to go down here. Guess it'll keep the Dreadnought busy for a few seconds or so. 282, 186. Decent turnaround for kicking. What did he lose? Must have lost something that I didn't realise. Maybe not. Dreadnought levels to 2 now. Carnifex on the way for Ye. Hive Tyrant is down though. Poor Velasquez. Named after Cain Velasquez. May he fight again one day. Power bashing now. Flamer's pretty good for that. Not sure how exactly Tyranids are tapping into this power. But they have living spaceships, so I guess we'll let it slide. What is he doing? Oh, he just took out a capillary tower over there. Now he's just burning, he's just purging that ground, that filthy Xeno ground. Another capillary tower here, giving that nice speed boost, as you can see. Another awesome change in Elite Mod. It's been so long since I've played retail. I often forget all of the things Elite Mod added to the game. Level 2 Tactical Marines not wanting to engage. I'm not sure why Ye backed off there. I guess he thought the Dreadnought was lurking. Oh, the Dreadnought was down there. Hormagaunts go down. Carnifex is up. What's he gone for? Nothing yet. It's a default Carnifex, which is still pretty damn scary. Still pretty damn scary. Hive Tyrant still level 1. Force 1 is level 3 now. 215186, kicking with a double. Goes tier 3. Has a chunk of red as well. Over 500. Could drop a nuke. But could also get some Terminators onto the field. There's the... Oh, I guess it's going to be a 2-to-1 for Ye. Single right now, though, for kicking 198 to 186. Look at these Tactical Marines that are able to cap unopposed. Yeah, get on that. Now trying to take down the Capillary Tower. Hormagaunt lost. Over here? Yep. Do you have armor yet, Mr. Force Commander? You do not. Dreadnought now getting repairs. Dark Age of Technology queued up for tier 3, giving it 300 more hit points, which is pretty handy. Lascannon getting shots on the Carnifex now. Spawned some Rippers, which means it's a Thornback. Charging in there, doing a bunch of damage to its own stuff, I think. That's always what I do. When I have my Thornback Carnifex, invariably, I'd spawn the Rippers, charge through them, killing them all, and then lose my Carnifex or something. Backing away, which I think is smart. Yeah, which is a bad approach by Ye, charging through his own stuff, eating plasma gun shots. The Carnifex was snared, so it was a really slow and crappy charge anyway. 193 to 154 would be actually very useful for the Hive Tyrant to get his charge, but of course he wants to improve Synapse. Is it worth it though? Is it worth it? It doesn't affect the Carnifex, it doesn't affect the Warrior Brood either. So I think getting that charge, being able to put pressure on the Lascannon quickly would be pretty damn useful. But I'm sure he's got his mind on getting other very scary, monstrous alien things on the field. Carnifex cannot repair, but does regenerate health. Will regenerate very fast if you can get it back to base. Here comes the Hive Tyrant leading the line. Just trying to use his warp field to get in on the Lascannon, and does so. Now the Carnifex is in. Venom Brood getting shots on the Dreadnought. Hive Tyrant cannot stay in there though. Gets away. Oh hey, without number. Spawning some upgraded Termagants and upgraded Hormagaunts. Pretty awesome, as you can see. Now that improved Synapse is useful again. The first Termagants we've seen in this game. Did Velasquez make it out? He did make it out. Level 2 now, well done. Only took you about 20 minutes or something. Not sure if the Hive Mind is going to be pleased with you, Mr. Hive Tyrant. Kicking is... What is he waiting for? He's got enough for Terminators. Is he waiting for a Land Raider? That'd be crazy. Surely not. Surely not. 100 to 148. Double cap here for kicking. Force Commander trying to get stuck into the Venom Brood. There's a lot of stuff here though to smack him back. Level 5. Can he get away? Wow, his health went down so fast. Did not get away. Oh, Assault Terminators on the field. Here we go. Storm Shields, Thunderhammers. Pretty badass. Carnifex at full health. Thornback would fight them, I think, relatively happily with some support, but at this much health, with a Lascannon around as well. I guess Ye is worried about having only 80 VPs and feels the need to throw his stuff in here, but he's going to lose the Carnifex. Lascannon got one shot in, sent in the Rippers, which is a good idea, but now the Assault Terminators are on it and he can't charge away, as you can see. Not easy to move Terminators around, especially when they're in the middle of an attack animation, it turns out. 80 to 142. I think he's going to go down. Maybe. I guess they have heavy melee shields as well, because sometimes they just smack with their shield. Which is a pretty cool animation, using their teleport to finish him off. There we go. Down he goes. Inspiration on kill too. Everyone's very pleased that the kind effects went down. Dreadnought fighting a High Earth Tyrant, even with the shield up. You see the High Earth Tyrant gets absolutely owned in that fight. Didn't want to hang around. No Venom Brood there. Warrior Brood there. 80 to 98. Double cap for Yay. Double cap for Yay. It's not over yet. Still has tons of red here kicking. Could drop some tactical marines in if needed. Could even save up for more Terminators if he even has the population for it. I don't think he does. Terminators must be at least 21 pop. I think they are 21. 80 to 75 on the VPs here. Single cap for Yay. And it's capping mid too. Got some stuff looking after this. Double Hormagaunts looking after it. We've got Scouts capping this side though. And cleaning up some Termagants. Grenade. Ouch. Assault Terminators, uh-oh, have caught some warriors. Another Tyrant Guard spawned in, I guess, here. So 2 to 1. Can they do enough damage here to the Assault Squad to make them leave? The Assault Terminator, sorry. I mean, they're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good. The Warp Field goes up. Tyrant Guard here cannot be discounted with its almost 100 heavy melee DPS. The Hive Tyrant cannot stick around. He's still on level 2. Poor Velasquez does get away though, I think. Yes. Timed that retreat very, very well, in fact. These fellas pretty close to losing a model. Dreadnought just not getting involved right now. He's having a rest. There he goes. There he's off marching. Las Cannon trying to shoot Rippers, which is the most inefficient thing ever. 73 to 59. Dreadnought backing away, playing it safe down to half health. Tactical Marines capping. Nice and fast. 71-59. There's a single for kicking. Another Tyrant Guard on the way for Yay. This time actually being purchased. Hormagaunt Brood getting a cap. Going to be a 2 to 1 for kicking here. There it is. Pretty damn close. 61 to 59. It's going to even up here at 59 all. There it is. Can Yay get back into this against Terminators and a level 3 Dreadnought upgraded with Dark Age of Technology? Not to mention this fella with his Thunderhammer. Has double Tyrant Guard. Has a pretty scary Hive Tyrant. Venom Brood as well to shoot the Dreadnought from afar. So the Force Commander and the Terminator is going to have to make a tough choice. Do they go in and try and tie up the Venom Brood, which can then just back away and keep them busy? Go all in on the Dreadnought here, I say. Trying to tie up the Las Cannon. There's Emperor's Fist. Won't stun the Tyrant Guard, but does stun the Hive Tyrant. Venom Brood continue to get shots in. Las Cannon dealt with for now. Dreadnought took a lot of damage, but here come the Assault Terminators. Warrior Brood. Oh, they're chasing Scouts away. There's that Warp Field. Can he use it to finish off the Dreadnought here? Nope, he's chasing the Las Cannon still. You have double Tyrant Guard and Venom Brood trying to take on these Assault Terminators who are capping 33 to 47. Double cap here for Yay. Something is sitting on the east side too. I guess it's Hormagaunts or something. Yes, it is. They took down one of the Terminators. Tyrant Guard, baby. These guys kick ass. 33 to 35. It's so freaking close. Another Terminator goes down. Was this a good use of Kickin's time? Obviously looking at his lack of VPs, thinking he needs his cap at all costs. But was it a misjudgment? Down go the Terminators. Tyrant Guard doing the damage there. He really did powder damage on those guys. Predator tank is up. Dreadnought survived. Velasquez, the Hive Tyrant, did get away. Oh, hey, did he take out some Stern Guard veterans? Well, they're down. I'm not sure exactly when they went down. It must have been then. So needs to be careful of the Las Cannon again. These double Tyrant Guards have done amazingly well. Warrior Brood's still in there too. And the Dreadnought is very, very low. Scouts will take a hell of a long time to repair that. 2-1 for Yay. So close at 28-19. Orbital bombardment from Kickin. Looks like it's hit pretty good. Tyrant Guard need to get out of that. All that stuff is not retreating. They're going to try and tank it. Tanked it pretty good. Can they take out this Dreadnought here? I think they can. Las Cannon's getting shots. Down goes the Dreadnought. Tyrant Guard are just being thrown in here. Yay has tons of requisition, but gets the win. Doesn't need to spend it. I wasn't even looking at the VPs. That's why he was pressing those Tyrant Guard in so far under fire, because he knew he had that 2-1. And gets the win. What an awesome game. What an awesome game. Level 3 High of Tyrant here at the end. Velasquez doing well. And a level 6 Force Commander. He just capped this, I guess, and wiped out some Hormagaunts. Awesome game. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.